too.
Oh, yeah.
More eyes, the better.
Yep.
All right, so MLH here. I'm out with Regan. We're on another homeless sweep. People are trying to get towed frantically out of the way here. You got idiot cop over there. That's the same fat guy that wouldn't give us any information at the Wesley sweep. We're just trying to get this. They're trying to get this out. But you see what they did here. I'm gonna go around here. This is all about quote unquote safety. But if you look here, the fencing just goes around this one RV and it goes out into the street. So no place for a pedestrian to walk. So I'm walking right now in the middle of the street, a two-way street, which you can see there's not really enough room if two cars were to pass at the same time on a kind of busier section here. See, there's a car right there. It's going. It's looking at me like I'm a jackass for walking in the street, but where else is there to go? If I go inside this little perimeter here, I'll get told that I'm interfering or whatever, you know. So, I mean, you can see here the conditions are pretty dangerous. So, it is what it is. What's up, TN? What's up, Shirley? Minton. Yeah, it is not safe at all, but this is all in the guise of safety, y'all. But look, they had another RV over here, but the sidewalk is all blocked off here, so I have to go around, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go around here as safely as I can. But let's go talk to Regan here. Welcome on in, everybody. I do have some drone footage, pretty unexciting, of these chuds just standing around. Look at you. Hi, buddy. Oh, here. You're nice. Oh, you're so mad. You're so mad. You're so mad. All right. Wow. Yeah. I know. Woo. Whoa.
Hold on, big dog. Hold on, big meanie.
That's my dog, sorry.
He's cool. No, it's all good.
Hold on, big
He was pretty adamant there. You ain't coming nowhere near here.
That's like my Tarzan will go Cujo if another dog's in a store.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like, oh no, I own the place. Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
These little dogs are
Yeah, if you find out where she is
Oh, you're
or
such
where she's anything,
you're such a good
well,
dog.
I think she has her phone number.
Okay.
I'll get the phone.
Liberty Blair, welcome. Good morning. What's truth? Sandra, welcome. Oh, Aurora, welcome.
That's cute. I like the color.
I haven't got
If you go down, Aurora, if you go down to Huron, that's where we're at.
I was like, yeah.
More cameras, the better, you know. I mean, we're down on Huron, so just a few blocks east of where you're at. You can't miss us, Aurora. Who else we got in here? Okay. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. More people get in here. The more eyes we have on this, the better. But look, how unsafe is this? You can't walk on the sidewalk. You have to go around all this fencing here. So
my message to District 4 is like 24 middle fingers. Love it.
District 4 sucks. They're one of the worst. Look, here's a guy who
Anthony's
doesn't know
right.
what to
People
do.
will not care until government is going to do their house.
I was making the point, Regan, about if there were two cars to come here at the same exact time, this is all in the guise of safety. Get out of here. It makes it unsafe. It's the exact opposite. And then you got fat guy in the car over there who doesn't know anything but donuts and TV for 12 hours a day, every day, and sitting in his car when he's in work. So that accounts for the other 12 hours.
The other cop went in this business.
Really?
Yeah, with the guy. I don't know. He came out here after I walked off. And I'm sure he wanted to, plead his case about all the criminals
Oh
in
my
front of his
God, these
business.
criminals that are just trying to live.
And, but he left, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
all
see-
congregated. I saw them. I didn't see him go in the building, but I saw a car jet out and went over to La Pan. So they're all hanging out over at La Pan.
Do you want to go back up there or stay here? Because I want to spread out. I want to watch. what else is going
Okay.
down.
I can go up to La Pan. I mean, Nick is up there. He loves me.
Whatever you
So,
want to do. I just want.
I'll go up there.
Okay.
So you're gonna stay down here then?
Yeah, I'll hang out
All
here
right.
for a while. Make sure.
All right, guys, we're gonna go on an adventure. You guys get to see Nick Groves in all his glory, sitting in a car, probably, wanking it while he's, whatever. So let's go on over there, see what the deal is over there. Aurora, I'm going over there. Oh, and these businesses are kind of crappy in here. They're obviously bootlickers. But this is a purely industrial area. Let's go up to Hank Anchor, exactly. All right. Hey, Richard. Strange, welcome, Secret Agent Man. Standing tall. I don't get the fences either. It's unconstitutional, and because you're supposed to have a right to go from point A to point B. Those fences prevent you from doing that. I tried to make the point on another sweep, but the problem that I saw was it doesn't matter to them. They'll still get you for interference. I mean, and the funny thing is, on that one video, I proved that the hypocrisy, because they let others go through there because they had, quote, a destination, and to which I say, I had a destination too. I definitely had a destination. No, strange. I mean, let's get a bunch of people together in the Denver area and do that. I thought about that. We can, what, for our First Amendment right to free speech, we could get arrested? No, that's not how it works. I've gotten away with way worse, strange and unusual. So, and by worse, I mean standing up for my constitutional rights. The First Amendment. Can't practice Second Amendment in Denver, but you know what I mean. Standing up for the Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. I mean, the Fifth Amendment's one of my favorite amendments. But we do have rights, and one of them is to be able to. KJ, well, I'm trying to get over to La Panland right now, and take some footage over here. I'll get out of the car in just a minute. Yeah, don't talk to him is the best we can do. Don't say a word, just oh, I can't park here. Okay, then I'll park over here. That way I can't get any trouble. Okay, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna keep an eye on things over here. Let me see comments. I didn't get a chance to. Probably, Tien. Probably. Papers, please. Exactly. Ash, welcome. Welcome on in. No thanks needed, man. I do what I do. Yeah, I'm gonna, well, look, we've already discussed all this standing tall. The excuse for the fencing is for safety reasons. That's what they say. It's for safety. It's for our safety. It's for everybody's safety. That's what they say. Everybody's safety. Everybody's safety, y'all. That's what these fences are there to do. They're for our safety. which they're not responsible for our safety, but you know, whatever. Get away with the saying shit that doesn't mean anything, right? So I'm just gonna go down here. This is La Panland, y'all. That Rocket Seals business that you see in the background there is, I mean, at least that guy, I don't know if he was a manager, owner, or what. He was a ass and a half yesterday. Yesterday they came through here. Let's go through all this, guys. Yesterday they came through and they basically towed a bunch of campers out of the way a day early, which is another tactic that they employ. They like to employ those tactics of, you know, surprise, we're gonna take your shit a day early type thing. You know, that's how they do it. I'll get to your comments here in a second. I'm getting up here, kind of explaining what happened here at La Panland yesterday. So a day early, a bunch of these campers got towed, except for like 2 on the Panland. Looks like 1 got out of here. 1 is still here. I believe this is Cowboys stuff right here on that bike. So now you can see here, I can't clearly use the sidewalk because they put up this fencing. This really is Nazi-like. Really is. I mean, you can't walk through there, so now I'm having to walk through this, little field here. No big deal, I'll walk around it. But, you can see here they're treating the homeless like caged animals, which is another thing in itself. I'll show you guys Nick Groves. Oh, I think he left. Who's this? It's a unit 4404. That's McGregor, I think. I don't know who that sergeant is, but these guys are all worthless chuds. Hey, there's Aurora. They're just having a good old time over here.
Yeah, they sure are.
So
Figured I'd park right behind them so they can
what? Like it?
see my no fucks to give.
You're in violation now. You don't have a Colorado license plate.
I don't have a fucking front bumper either.
But Aurora Transparency is here, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. All the fences made me feel a lot safer here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Doesn't it make you feel like doesn't?
False sense of security offenses.
Well, I mean, but look, I'm supposed to be able to travel freely, right, on a public sidewalk, and can't because of this. So let's stay right here. And I don't know who this guy is, but let's go ahead and get a good looking picture of this dude. I don't know who he is, but he's in a car. I wonder if he's in his official capacity here. So he doesn't like being on camera. But let's go ahead and stay here, right here. A little uncomfortable, you know.
Right, but that's how the people they're disrupting feel. So.
Right. So obviously this is a government official because
He's in the front seat.
he's in the front seat, exactly. Not in the back seat. But right there, this guy is definitely ashamed of himself. It's like these chuds over here. Those guys are pretty proud of themselves, that they can treat the homeless people this way. The most vulnerable of our society. And they choose this. That's what's messed up. They choose this. Oh, let's catch this interaction.
What happened to get the system fenced off?
Oh, we've got a lot of stuff here in this area this morning.
A lot?
Most
Because
of it is just able to run.
Okay. Oh, so they can't, they're just total.
We're going to tow them.
Oh, okay, so you guys, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, well, anyway, thanks. I appreciate it, guys.
You have a good rest of your day, sir.
Keep throwing that move there, buddy.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for kicking up the most vulnerable of our society. That's a great job you're doing.
Why do you guys keep doing these sweeps? If you don't mind me asking. It's not because people are calling for it, because that's not true.
That is true.
It's not true. It's not true. There's no, the statistics back it up. So do you have an answer for that? Why do you keep doing these unconstitutional sweeps?
This is what we're tasked with doing this morning.
Just taking orders, right?
Well,
Who gave the order today? Who gave the order?
Who gave the orders, in case you didn't hear? Because I know you heard. Suddenly you can't fucking talk, you piece of shit.
Honestly, who gave the order, Sergeant?
to do what?
To do what you're doing right here.
Yeah, the Nazis also got orders too. And look what that turned out.
You see what you're causing by putting up fencing here, Sergeant? That's preventing somebody from going from point A to point B, and in some cases, causing hazards. Like over there on Huron Street, I was just over there.
So was I.
Right, and that fencing causes people that want to travel from point A to point B to have to go into the middle of the street.
I wish it didn't have to happen like that.
Right, I don't either, and it doesn't have to happen like that.
You're right.
Officer
So
discretion is
what is
always
the
available,
fencing
isn't it?
for?
We didn't put the fencing up.
No, I understand that, but they got orders from somewhere. So
You're going to have to ask the fencing company that, sir.
Yeah, of course you don't know. You only
Right.
work here, right?
So if I were to go,
I don't
ins-
do the fencing,
if-
ma'am. I said that.
Can I go inside that fencing there?
Sure.
Why not?
Okay.
And the people can come and take their camper out of it. That's the
Right,
hope, right?
right.
We would like for them to.
Right.
Not
But
be
what
in
if
that
what if
fenced
what if
area.
they had a battery problem or a flat tire or something of that nature? You guys don't really care.
They've
I
been
mean,
posted. We've talked to them for a few days in a row here.
right.
A week in a row. And
No, it wasn't a week. It was.
Well,
70
you know better than I do. Apparently.
72 hours. I do.
You know
I
better
actually
than I
do
do.
know better
Come
than you.
yesterday when the sign was posted for today.
Right. And you guys towed vehicles yesterday on a 72-hour notice.
Did we?
Actually, one day in
Did
advance.
we?
Yeah,
Is that
you
what
did.
You said, did we?
You did. There was
Are
at
you
least
for
at least
real?
2 that I know of.
Who did that?
Huh? You guys did.
Who?
The Denver Police Department. I did. Why are you acting so stupid?
Well, because I wasn't here. It wasn't me.
Right. It
Never
wasn't you.
It's never you.
It was
here. You
this
didn't
guy
see
was
nothing,
here,
didn't hear
McGregor.
nothing, Witnessed nothing.
He probably had.
So you
reason
guys
to
are
tell
all
that
part of the
vehicle.
same blue
Too.
line gang.
Innocent
So
fucking pig.
I can only hear one person at a
I
time.
don't give a fuck what you can
Oh.
do or not do.
Well, he
Not
was
my
trying
fault
to
you
get a
got
response.
ADD.
He was just trying to get a
Not
response.
my fault you got ADD. You can't concentrate.
I mean, honestly, like the fencing, is that really necessary?
I guess so.
Why?
It is what it is, sir. This is the way that we do this procedure.
It is what it is. You know, the Nazis
Yeah.
just said procedures too. Is that where we're headed here in this country?
I'm not a part of that organization, sir.
But you swore an oath to the Constitution,
True.
right? So this is unconstitutional. So why don't you do something about it?
What
Why
makes
don't?
you say that?
What do you mean? I can't walk from point A to point B on a legal sidewalk here. Same thing on Huron. It's even worse on Huron because I'm forced to go into the middle of the street. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So
what
you're
saying.
putting the public in danger
I didn't set
by
up the
by
fence.
enforcing that.
I didn't set up the fence.
I know you didn't set up the fence, but you can order them to take the fencing out too. You understand?
I can do a lot of things that I'm not going to do.
Right, because
So we're-
because you support
so there's
this.
construction crews that close sidewalks and streets all the time
Yeah, I understand that,
for
but
reasons that are different. You know.
but the reason that's always the reason that's always given is safety reasons, right? That's all we ever get. Safety.
Okay, safety for the people involved. Agreed.
Right, but in doing so,
Pig,
you-
you hit me with the fucking door?
wow.
I don't give a fuck who you are. You're still a fucking pig. Hit me with the door?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
She was invading my space.
Invading your space, you were inside the car.
If she needs an ambulance, we'll get her one.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I mean, even though you're not responsible for anybody's
I have
safety.
Parkinson's, motherfucker.
Why are you hurting people's
I have
feelings?
Parkinson's.
Yeah, why are you hurting my feelings?
Because you're a pig, fuck.
I'm not an officer.
This guy's deciding to be a big tough guy.
And bring it. Oh, why are you shaking? Oh, because, you know, people can't have fucking
Why are
Parkinson's,
you
you
shaking?
motherfucker.
Why are you
What do I
shaking?
do?
What's a fucking to you? Get the fuck away.
What do you think I do for the city?
You cause havoc is what you
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
do. Who have you helped here?
What is your name, sir,
Every
and what do you
single-
do?
Every single
Who
person.
have you helped?
I can only talk to one person at a time.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. hold
Okay,
on.
so I've talked to anybody who wants to engage with me. I connect them with services and then advocate for them. I'm not an officer, I'm a social worker. My
Right.
name is
So why are
Matt
you
Trent.
sitting in the car? Come out here and do your socialing.
I have done things like that today. I've been out here before.
Well, why don't you stay out the car? There's more people that way.
Yeah, there's a bunch
There's
of
a bunch
people
of
over
people
there.
over there.
I've got it. I'm not going to go into the. If actually the best.
I'm not going to go into details with you.
The best. Can I finish, or who
Go
wants
ahead.
to talk?
Go ahead.
Because it's very rude for you to
I'm not
interrupt.
the one
Okay,
that's
go
on
ahead.
clock.
So the best way to get the information that you want to know about would be called the public information.
I've already
Office.
called that number
Okay.
several times. You
Which-
guys
which-
don't do anything.
Which
It's
number?
a runaround.
Can I finish?
Well, can I finish? You,
Okay,
you,
sorry,
you were
sorry.
talking and you
Okay.
let me talk, right?
You're
That's how it
You're a
works.
great social worker.
Correct.
So I've called the list of services that you guys have given in paper form, right? There's a big list of services that you call. And every single number that I call, it ends up being a big runaround to where nobody wants to do that.
So I'm just trying to put this together. So what information? Did you call the public information office?
I've called
DHS?
every single number on that sheet, sir.
Which
And by
sheet
the
are
way,
you
what's
talking
your name?
about? Matt Trenner.
Do you have a card?
No, I actually don't.
You don't, Matt Trenner?
Trenner.
And who do you work for?
I work for the city of Denver.
Okay, so you are a government official in this.
I'm not a government official.
You absolutely are. If you work for the government, you're a government official.
I disagree, but you go ahead.
It's not a matter of whether you disagree or not. It's fact.
So what number did you call? Let me ask this again.
Right.
What number did you call for the public information office?
Do you believe that I didn't call, sir?
No,
Are you questioning my ability to dial numbers on a phone?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Can I finish?
You guys.
You
Go ahead.
You just interrupted
Go ahead and
me.
finish.
I just asked a question. I want to make sure
Right.
that we're communicating.
And I want to make sure that
Can I
we're on the
finish
same
again?
level here.
I know. Can I
Go
finish
ahead.
again?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm asking to make sure that we've called this correct numbers.
Uh-huh.
That you've got the number that I have for the public
Okay.
information office. And what
Okay.
number was that?
So let me ask you this question.
I need to answer that question first.
Wow.
Why do you ask?
Yeah, I'm so glad he's helping the homeless.
Well, no,
I
why?
gotta get away.
This-
So your coworker
You're
left.
asking. She's not my coworker, but
Yes,
the-
she is. Your coworker left.
She's
There
not
she
my
is. She's
coworker.
doing the same thing. Just as you told me to do.
this she's not a
Why do you
coworker. Let's
keep on
get that
interrupting
straight.
me?
Because you won't let me finish.
You keep on it. Okay,
Okay,
go
tell
ahead.
me when I can respond, sir.
Okay, respond to. Okay, what number did you call for the public information office? You can respond.
My response to that is every single number that you've given these people on the streets. You guys have handed out a specific form with a bunch of numbers. There's the public service number, there's shelter numbers, there's all kinds of numbers on that sheet. Are
Okay.
you familiar with the sheet that I'm talking about?
The exact sheet that you're talking about? No.
Okay, so you guys have multiple sheets that you hand out people.
There are nonprofits. There's churches. There's individuals.
No.
Yes, there.
I'm not talking about out of government people.
No, I
okay?
don't know the exact sheet that you're talking about.
Okay, let's just put it this way. I'm an advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I've called every single number possible
Oh.
multiple times. Okay, this is not, it's not a one-time issue. This is a big issue and a big disconnect between these people here and the city and county of Denver, right? And these guys are not helping here.
Okay, can I talk?
Well, apparently,
Okay.
you have them out.
So if you have that sheet, I'd like to see it and make sure those numbers, or whatever that is, that sheet is, you're talking about. I'd love to see that sheet so I can figure out what's going on with that. If it's not correct, please let me know and I'll do everything I can
No,
to fix it.
I'm
Okay.
saying the opposite.
I
It
know.
is correct.
It is correct.
You're not understanding the problem here, okay? The problem is you get a runaround every single number that you call. It's not hearsay. It's not something that I'm just telling you to blow smoke, right? I care about these people, right? These are people, even if these guys don't think they are, right? And the way that they treat them is way worse than any human being on this planet should be treated, all right? People in different countries that are homeless don't get treated as badly as these guys do, all right? And Denver District 4
disagree
is
with
one
that.
of the worst. You can disagree all you want. I've got plenty of video evidence on the contrary.
Okay, have you been to Sierra Leone? Have you seen all those homeless people?
I'm
are
talking
treated?
about right here in Denver, Colorado.
Stop for no, but you just asked anywhere in the world. They don't treat these
No.
people-
Look, I'm talking about Denver here.
Okay,
all
now
right?
okay, let's backtrack on what you're saying. So what is do you have a question? no, what is your question?
MLA too, wasting your
No,
fucking breath,
what is
yo.
your question? Ask me, I
You
want to
might as well
understand
talk
what
to
My
your
question is, why is there such a runaround for anybody that calls any of these numbers, right? I've called myself. Each and every single one of these. I don't care if it's the public service number. I don't care if it's the city and county of Denver sheriff's office. I don't care if it's... Nobody has answers to help fix this problem. This is not fixing the problem. Do you believe that moving these people from week to week, every day, from one spot to another is an answer to the problem?
So I'm gonna kind of answer the question, okay? Because
Well, you want me to answer questions, but you're gonna
so
not answer my question?
My question would be, nobody here made the cleanup crew, myself, nobody here made those decisions. Nobody did. All your energy needs to be put at the Capitol.
No, you can say no and not do it.
Can I?
The Nazis killed
can I-
so many innocent people following orders.
Can I finish, or do you want to listen to her talk?
Go ahead and finish,
Okay.
sir. You're here.
So what I'm saying is, this advocating, I appreciate advocating and people standing up for what they're doing in a positive direction. All right, so I'm for that, right? So
do you think this is healthy?
Let me finish real
No,
quick.
you didn't answer my question. I asked you a very pointed question.
Do I think this is
to begin.
helping?
Do you think this is helping?
So what I've heard, hold on, let me finish this. It's going to be, so.
Can you just answer the
yes,
question
yes, it
without? You think this is helping?
Yes.
Helping
You obviously haven't seen the videos of the devastation that this causes each and every single time, have you?
Ask
Yes,
them
I-
to
I
help.
suggest you look at my channel, you look at Regan Benson's
I've
channel.
seen that.
You've seen mine and you've seen Regan's.
I've not seen yours. I've
Okay,
seen Regan's.
you've seen Regan's?
Yes.
You don't understand the devastation that you're causing each and every time you're moving these people from block to block?
I think I have a pretty good idea about it. I have a very
So
good
how
idea
is
about
that outreach?
Okay.
By moving these people, right? These guys,
So-
right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Now you got to let me finish, right? These people, including Nick Groves, who's the leader of the HOT team here, right? Homeless outreach. How in any shape, form, or fashion, moving these people from block to block, destroying their stuff, time and time again, helpful? How is that helpful? Answer me that.
Okay. So to answer your question, I care enough about these people, and the city does too, to put an intervention into place. And this is what the intervention looks like right now. There's federal laws and state laws and everything else. The intervention is to have people. There's a lot of filth out here and other issues out here. Not with every encampment.
We'll get to the filth in just a minute.
Not in every encampment.
We'll get to the filth here in just a
Not in
minute.
every encampment, not every person. But what I'm saying is, I do believe just people that need help, and if they want it, right, there needs to be an intervention. Just as if it were, my analogy or the way I'm thinking is like if someone under 18 was living in a car or something like that, or a kid like that, someone needs to come in and help them, and I agree with that. So yeah, I do.
Right,
An
so
intervention needs to be put into place.
This is not an intervention,
just-
though. Do you understand this?
Just
What
walking-
you're doing, and a bunch of other mental health advocates that work in conjunction with these chuds right here, and I call them chuds because I've seen them in action and seen the actions that they take against these people on a weekly basis, almost a
Okay.
daily basis. Okay,
I can't speak to that.
you've been out here. You should have seen it yourself firsthand, right? And if you say you didn't, I would question your integrity, right? What I'm telling you is, what I'm saying is, moving these people and destroying their stuff, that's not an intervention, right? We have a mental health crisis out here, right? And imagine you're in your house, and I hope these assholes are listening too. Imagine you're in your house. Somebody comes into your house legally, by law definitions, takes at least 75% of your stuff, your nice big screen TV that you got up on the wall there, your sofa, your bed, everything, throws it in a garbage truck, crushes it, okay? Then tells you got to move.
So
You're not slick,
okay.
Hold on. You got to move, right? So
Homeboy trying to get my plates.
so my question
I'm
to you,
slicker, stupid.
how is that helpful? How is destroying these people's lives every single week helpful? It's not an intervention. It's simply to move these people around and cause them havoc in their lives. There's only one purpose to these sweeps. It's to cause these people harm and to suck taxpayer dollars. Do you know how much these sweeps cost by chance?
I know the cost for a homeless person in the city is $52,000 a year.
Okay, $20,000 to $60,000 is spent. I'm guessing this one is a little more wide scale.
So-
It's more. Hold on. It's more towards the $60,000 that's going to be spent today, moving a few people around into other spots and impounding these people's homes. And a lot of times, these vehicles break down. They don't have batteries. They don't, you know, somebody may have slashed. Like I don't know if it was this RV, but another, or if it was that one or another one, the tires got slashed. Okay, how is it simple for a person with no money to fix those issues?
Can
and
I
move?
Answer that? Can I answer
Yes,
all
go
the
ahead.
questions you've asked?
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I do believe there's hoarding laws. Right? Hold on. I'm not talking about this. So there are laws in people's homes with hoarding and stuff like that. So my argument is, again, all this here is policy. All right, or policy or governance and stuff like that.
Policy is different than law.
Hold on, policy. Yes, correct. But what I'm saying is, whatever the state, federal issues, and even all the way down, it works its way down or up, or however you want to word it. Those are the issues that need to change. I agree with you more. I didn't make this.
Do you
Hold on,
understand?
Can I finish?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't make any of these decisions. None of these officers made these decisions. The people that made these decisions aren't here. So my question is, what have you guys done to advocate for the people
kidding?
out here?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you being serious, or are you
Can
being
I finish?
facetious?
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can I finish? You won't produce that sheet that I asked for.
Oh, I will.
Okay, give it to.
I don't have it on me. Are you kidding? I don't just
No, I'm
magically.
not, that's not a joke. I just was asking if you had a piece of paper.
Not with me, no.
Okay.
Wow,
So,
it takes you
so I need. What I do. If something's wrong with that paper, I want to look into it and see what's going on.
You're not understanding. There's nothing wrong with the paper. I
know.
just went over that.
Obviously, there is. Hold on. Obviously, there is something wrong with it.
There's something wrong with the system. I agree.
Hold on. What is on the paper is wrong. So that's what I need to address.
It's not wrong.
Okay.
If you guys,
Can I finish?
officials are handing them
You've
out.
asked me like
Go ahead.
5 questions.
I didn't ask you any questions in that last statement.
Just
that I
that
was
with
giving.
the boatload you said before that, yeah, and that's your
The
tactic.
boatload.
Oh my God, I can't believe
The
this guy is
tactic
going
that
home.
you're using is going to go through, and you're using this as a
Where's Regan?
preaching standpoint because you
I'm
have
not
your,
preaching.
because your
I'm not
camera.
preaching. This is the camera doesn't lie, sir.
I know it doesn't.
So all the footage that I get is not preaching. Do you understand?
Well, no, stop 1 second. What you were saying? Okay, let's back up a second. You have your narrative, all right, and this is.
Oh, now it's a narrative.
Well, what you just said, yes, what you're talking.
It's a narrative.
You've been telling stories about everything that's happened because you've been telling narratives, not about statistics, about individuals, right? You talk about individual police officers that have done bad things. You've talked
I'm
about,
talking about a good majority of them, not just one, not just individuals.
You've talked about individual police officers that you've seen. Let me finish. You've talked about pieces of paper that aren't correct, which I know.
That's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth,
No,
sir.
let me finish. You've talked about social workers that are incorrect. Not that have you met every single social worker?
I've met a lot of them.
Have
I've
you
met a lot of
hold on.
them.
So, but you haven't met every single one. So what you're doing is, just like everybody else is doing, you're saying that this person belongs to a group, so they're bad. I've heard people go around.
That's
right?
not what I said.
Hold on.
You're putting words in my
No.
mouth. If there's a
Let me
correction to be
finish.
made, I'm not going to let you finish. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you have said you don't know every police officer. You don't know if they're bad. You don't know every
Do
social
you know
worker.
every police officer in the state?
Oh, let me finish. What you're doing is exactly what the people around you that have called the police. You're making stereotypes about the homeless people. So what you're doing?
talking to a person that's been stereotyped his entire life,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
I know all about stereotypes,
okay.
so don't try to bring stereotypes
See,
into the mix
again,
here.
This again is you're making your own narrative.
I'm
Bring
not
it-
making my own narrative.
you
I'm just correcting you
no,
on something.
Hang on. You just said.
You're
Let
trying
me-
to bring stereotypes
let me
into the
finish
mix here.
this. Let me finish this.
Finish.
Okay, so every time I say a statement, you bring a stereotype is just. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is you're making assumptions about everyone, right? Based on a few things or instances happening.
No,
So
you're-
let me finish. By definition,
guy's something
by definition, that is stereotyping, right? I'm saying that everyone is like this. So we've gotten way off the topic here, right? The topic here is
There's a point when anecdotal evidence becomes real evidence.
Okay.
Do you understand
so
what I'm saying?
Hold on. Okay. We're not going to talk about how studies are done. We're not going to talk. Do you know who instigates all this stuff? The plan. Where does it start from?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Why
Yes.
does it matter? Why does it matter?
Answer the question.
No. Why does it matter?
You won't answer a question.
See, you don't like it when I ask you questions
No.
back on a question that you ask me, but you do the
Okay.
same exact
Why
thing.
does it matter?
And that's the
Okay.
disconnect
Well,
here.
exactly why.
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? It matters where it starts from. So you guys can engage with them, and then advocate and start from the top down, break down the system. That's what I want to say.
So here's my retort to that, sir.
No, but so
Here's my
answer my
retort.
question. Answer my. Do you know where it starts from?
Okay, why don't you educate me?
It starts from the Department of Health.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Let's talk about the trash. You brought up trash.
Okay.
Every single time trash is brought up here, right? It's dirty, it's filthy, it's what. Why doesn't the city, instead of do something like this, provide an avenue to put the trash in? Why does that not happen?
Again.
No, hold on. Let me
Okay.
finish. I let you talk.
Okay, that
I
was
let you talk for a long
That's
time.
your first question. Go ahead.
Couldn't figure out the question.
In Washington, they just passed in Olymp. What are you shaking your head? I haven't
okay.
even said anything yet.
I was like in Washington.
Are you being that smarmy? Just relax, dude. Let
I
me
am
tell
relaxed.
you,
Okay, in
you're not
Washington.
relaxed. In Olympia, Washington, they just passed an ordinance allowing RVs like this to be parked on public streets.
Okay.
Do you understand the ramifications of that? There would be none of this bullshit going on right here. There would be more forward thinking, like, let's. I'm not asking you a question, man.
Yes, you did. You just asked me what are the ramifications of that.
It's a rhetorical question, okay?
Let me back up then.
Putting a dumpster here would solve a lot of the issues, right? These people are worried that what you're saying is a lot of these businesses are worried about the trash here.
No,
So they're not worried. So nobody's worried about the trash. Why did you bring it up then?
I didn't say nobody was worried about the trash.
So
Yeah.
why can't we set up, instead of these vehicles?
So what you're asking again, hold on, again. Are you gonna let me finish now? Okay. What happens in Olympia, Washington, I have no control over.
I'm giving you an example.
Okay,
sir.
so
you don't have any control here, by the way.
No, I don't. No, I
So
don't.
you're just following orders like these guys.
Well, everybody. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to survive, pay my bills, and everything else like everybody else, and I know exactly where these people are coming from. So what I'm getting.
You ever been out on the street
I'm
homeless?
not going to go into my personal life. I'm not going to go into my personal life. So I know. Okay, so back to what I was saying before is, do you have an issue with hoarding in someone's house when they're filthy and no water, no electricity in someone's
What
house?
somebody does in their own house is their own business.
Okay, so you don't believe that there should be a hoarding task force for the city?
Look, there are
So-
certain safety measures. I understand,
Okay.
right? There are certain safety measures that the fire department has to follow. It might be a case. Hold on. It might be a case where the hoarding has caused a fire hazard, which is a danger to the entire neighborhood, right? It's the same thing in these cases, right? There might be some fire hazards that the fire department is more than welcome to take care of. What I have issue is moving these people constantly. It's not solving the problem. Do you understand? Moving once you guys are done today, once this camper is moved out of here and impounded, which is another problem in itself. These people don't have the money to go get their homes from impound. That's another huge issue.
Just-
And that's something that you guys should be working on. Let's help these people find safe parking, whether it's a mile radius parking that the city designates for these people to sit and be freed from harassment from
Okay.
cops and whatever other government official goes in here, and set up trash cans. And maybe with our tax dollars, I can't think of a better way to
Okay.
spend our tax dollars than keeping these people hygienic, maybe providing some showers, maybe providing some trash services, maybe providing toilets. Do you understand where I'm coming from here?
Is that rhetorical?
That's
Yes.
not rhetorical.
Okay,
You
yes, I
don't be
know
a smart ass, man.
No, I
Come
know
on.
exactly. Hold on.
You know what's rhetorical and what isn't. You seem
No.
like an intelligent guy.
Okay, let's just, if you would, just kind of, let's just slow it down, both of us, all right? So what I'm getting at is, right, and you said this, right? Everybody's kind of working their way down, right? I don't supervise anybody. I'm the bottom of the totem pole, right? So what I'm getting at is, so out here, I don't know why why being aggressive. And then, hold on, and I'm saying not you, I'm just saying in general, the people, there's difference between advocates and protesters and everything else. I'm not going to put someone in a box and say that. And every single homeless person's different, you know, right? So every single situation's different. But what I'm getting at is, out here, I don't, kind of like, all these issues come from the top and work their way down. So like her coming there and filming, looking at I've got confidential information about other clients and stuff.
This is public. That's your responsibility to make that
Yes.
private. You
Yes,
understand
yes.
that, right?
But
don't bring up stuff that
Hold on.
is distracting from the main issue.
No,
here.
hold on. Okay, so the main issue that I'm getting at is these are people. Do you agree?
Of
Okay,
course.
okay, that's rhetorical. So then what I'm getting at is everybody's different. Filming these people and then and putting them on YouTube and stuff, they're the victims here. So why does that happen?
Well, you and I both agree.
Yes.
They are the victims.
Yes.
They are the victims
Yes.
of you guys moving them
Well, I think they're. Oh, I think a
out
lot,
of their
I
peace.
Think, I think a lot of people living in encampments, living in tents, or whatever. A lot of people that are working in houses. A lot of people in our society are victims, and like I said, that comes from the top down.
Right.
So, and I agree. So here's the thing: is that a lot of this comes down to is right. I don't think anyone that I've ever run across, on the conservative side, liberal side, business owners, residents or anything, no one, I think, wants homeless. What it comes down to, like most of the problems, is how do we solve that, right? And so obviously,
You guys aren't interested in solutions.
Hold on, I am. I can't speak for everybody else. All right, I cannot speak for.
Okay, you say you are, but why aren't you like yelling at the top of your lungs as a person in your position, right? You have way more power in your position than I do in my position to say, hey, why are we doing this? Why are we moving these people from point A to point B?
Yes.
You understand? These people are going to be right back out here in a few weeks.
Yes, I understand. I have a pretty good under. I don't know a whole lot about the policies on the cities on RVs. I'll admit that. Right? I'm newer to this district. Most of the RVs are out here. Right? I know more about the people in encampments and things like that in tents. I know a little bit more about that. But really, part of it, for me, my perspective, is giving people an intervention to help them. Right? So if there was, people don't believe they should be engaged with at all or anything, I care enough about people to do that. An analogy that I've heard from a social worker, from other agencies, like, how long would you like someone to walk? Wait for someone to walk, you would wait forever. Right?
What if these people don't want your help?
No, I ask them. If someone doesn't want to talk to me or work with me, that's fine.
This gets to the heart of the matter here. What if these people don't want your help? They just want to be left alone. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these guys. I'm talking about everybody in general, as long as they're keeping to themselves, staying clean, because that's always the big, I know business owners around here, right?
Okay.
The big thing is trash, right? They're concerned with the eyesores, which in an industrial area, I don't really understand that, because there's really no customer-facing businesses in this area.
I'm not a business owner.
I'm telling you. I know this area. I know a lot of the business owners.
Okay.
All right. There's no customer facing there's a couple here and there, and I understand if there's a customer facing business, you don't want the optics, right? It's always about the optics, right?
I see your point.
So why can't we just leave these people alone and provide them with the opportunity to put their? Do you realize if you put a trash can out here, these people will use it. They'll utilize it.
I'm not doubting that.
All right.
So, what I'm getting at, back to the beginning is, and I understand the frustration. Trust me, I do. I understand the frustration of the business owners. I understand the frustration of the people, the advocates, the people. Pretty much, I'm a pretty open-minded person, very open-minded. I understand everybody's frustration. And like I said before, I've never heard someone say that the homeless people that's it. I've always heard people say, I don't care who it is, it's just a matter of how society and that group and the powers that be, or however that works, I don't have control over that.
Do you understand?
Hold on, that make that decision. So it's frustrating for me, okay, is when I guess, I look at it from everybody's perspective. It's frustrating for me is when, like, the energy that I see out here, especially from other nonprofits that advocate for them, or churches, or whoever, that is just kind of like, I can't do anything, and I can't do anything. I mean, I can help.
It starts from the bottom up, though.
I can
You're on the ground floor, right?
I disagree with that.
It starts from the ground up.
I disagree with that.
It takes a little bit of pushback. See, the reason that you guys won't push back, and you won't say, I think you're a moral person. I mean, I kind of get a good sense of what's going on. There's nothing moral about this. There's nothing moral about destroying people's lives on a day in and day out business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hold on. I understand why the cops are the way that they are, because they got a badge and a gun, and they can shoot with impunity. All right, and it's been proven over and over.
Okay, that's another topic.
No, but I understand them. But the people like you that are on the ground level that are talking to these people that are supposedly in the guise of trying to help them out. You should be yelling at the top of your lungs to these guys that this is not working. You can't look me in the eye right now and tell me what you're doing right now is working. All right? I know these people over here. It's not working. The only thing that it does is add to the mental stress, the mental trauma that they experience. They already have a lot of stuff going on mentally. They don't need this extra mental stress of these guys potentially beating them up or hurting them or harassing them or putting up notices on their homes that they're going to get towed in 72 hours. The mental stress of that is way worse than anything they can do physically. Do you understand that?
So yeah, can I kind of answer? I know it's a little bit rhetorical, but what I'm getting at is, I disagree with you. I think most of the policy and stuff works from the top down. That's where it's actually made and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not the city policy. I'm not a political guy. Or my job isn't. I'm not. I wish I could change things. I'm
You're
not
just taking orders.
No. Okay. Well, but what I do is
What exactly is your position, by the way?
I'm an outreach case coordinator in the city of Denver. My position is helping those people. Now, hold on. I don't make the policies of the fences. I don't make the policies of rules and stuff like that. I don't have control over
The fences are a different topic altogether. That's unconstitutional.
So I'm not saying all the policies. I don't.
So
hold on. Let me finish. So my boss is that person that's living in that tent. Those are the people I work for. And I promise them two things. I'll do the best I can, and I won't lie to them. That's all I expect. That either way, that's all I expect. I don't know about other agencies. I don't know about anything else. That's what I did. If someone doesn't want to engage with me, that's okay. I'm not mad. They're more than welcome to come back if I talk to them months later, which I have. But they've called me months later. So what I'm getting at is, no, not everybody. I can't speak for every person that's living on the streets. I don't think anyone can. I think it's bad when people do it. So it's and so there are people in this neighborhood that I've gotten in the last week that have connected with EBT cards. I've connected with different agencies. I've connected with Social Security and stuff like that. So those people, if someone wants to engage, if that person wants to engage with me, great. If someone else doesn't,
how about you help them get their IDs?
Oh, the IDs and stuff. I do everything.
That would be super helpful
Yes.
because then they could potentially, right? Potentially go to impound and get their vehicle. You understand? They cannot get these vehicles.
Oh, yes, I do. So yeah, the ID stuff like that. There's been always stuff. There's some nonprofits that work with that. Like I said at the beginning of the
I'm not
conversation.
talking about nonprofits. I'm talking about the city.
So the city. I don't know what the city.
So far, you've told me nothing but lip
What
service
do I
here.
do? What do I do for people?
Right.
I answered that right at the very first thing we talked about.
Right. You listen and connect them with
No,
services.
I connect people and advocate for them with services. That's the grant that I'm under. Okay, I don't have a grant. I didn't make that decision.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I want you to take a look at this fencing here, right?
Yeah.
Would you like somebody to put a fence around your house like this?
Hold
on.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Would you like, look, I want everybody to see this here. You see this fencing here? What does that look like to you, sir? Does that look like somebody's like a caged animal in there? Because that's the impression that I get. We want to talk about optics, right? It's always about trash, right? I'm not being performative here. I'm asking a simple question. Does that look like a moral thing to do to you? Do you think that's okay? I'm asking you that. Do you think
so
that's
I can
okay?
ask it to put a in this circumstance, yes.
Do you think that's okay?
Yes.
Do you think putting somebody in a cage like that is okay?
Nobody's in that fence.
Well, I'm saying this is an example. I know nobody's in there right now.
Hold on, can I finish? You want me to answer the question?
Go ahead.
So yes, nobody's in there now. The fence is put up.
You can leave McGregor or stay. It's up to you.
Everyone is always allowed to leave. If someone was in that area, had to clean up at the RVs, if someone wants to get up and walk out of that fence, they have the 100% right to. No, I've never seen a cop, or have I?
I get it.
Okay,
I get it.
But the fence, yes. In this case, because if I was in my house, which you claim it, and somebody was walking around with a camera, filming into my house, filming everything that's going on, I would want some space.
From a public street, no less. You can film anything on a public street.
Yeah,
I don't care if I'm in front of your house.
Yes, yep, that's
as long
correct.
as I'm not zooming in and peering into your windows
that's
and
correct.
stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, I understand the laws, right?
Yeah.
This is a public street. I'm supposed to be able to walk from point A to point B. What if I walk around here? Hold on. What if I walk around this fence here, on this side over here, and I end up tripping and falling on a rock that I didn't see because the city hasn't kept up this grass here?
Okay.
Why is that my fault? That's the city's fault. They're the ones that ordered these fences to be put up.
Okay, so let me back up and answer the fence thing. Yeah, and we talked about law and policy, which you said before. Yes, the law is you can go up and you can videotape me like right now. You can be in that person's lit face and all that. Sure, that's the law. I don't think it's right. That's really trying to be, a lack of a better word. I've seen people do it, just two citizens get in an argument. That's kind of really trying to aggravate the other person. Let's call it. That's what it is.
No, if you're in public, you're free. If you look up at these poles, look at that pole right there, sir. Look at that pole. I want you to look at it. You see that camera right there?
Let me finish what I was saying.
Is there? So what's the difference between this and that?
Hold on. What I was saying is, yes, you legally have the right to do it. Yes, you do.
Okay.
It doesn't make it right.
Do you think that those cameras are right then?
Do you think all? Hold on. Do you think all laws are? It's okay to do any. If it's a law, it's okay. So do you believe with every law is okay?
No. That's not what I'm saying. Don't try to twist things here. I'm trying to make an apples to apples comparison here, right? You don't think this is okay? This camera, right?
I'm not saying. Hold on. It is legally correct. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying.
Okay.
From what let me finish. From what I've
understand.
seen, is two people walking down the street. They get in an argument and they start filming each other. They're looking to aggravate each other. Hold on. So two people that have got so I do believe those cameras are legal.
I want you to look at this police officer right here.
I do believe those cameras. I do. That's what.
If what you're saying is true, then you should be adamant about these guys not having body cams on their chest every time.
So
right? Because what you just said was these cameras are an aggravating factor.
Yes.
Okay. So when this cop comes up to anybody, cop comes up to anybody, he's aggravating the situation because he has a camera.
So
that's what you believe.
Do I believe? No, I don't believe.
So
that.
you think it's okay for the cops to have it, but not me?
No, I didn't say that.
So what's the difference between his body cam and this cam?
His body cam and that cam. His body cam.
She's bringing a tent. Do you know who needs the tent?
His body cam.
Not right now, but let me get with Regan. Sorry. I'll get with Regan.
I have my dad's phone with me.
You don't have Regan's number?
I don't have her number.
Okay, well, I'll deal with it in a minute.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
it's okay. Yeah. No, that's important. Right. I hear you.
So the policy for officers to wear a body cam, that they didn't make that decision.
I'm not asking if they made it. I'm asking your opinion.
So my opinion,
yes,
is that the people who want that body cam,
do you have Regan's number?
they got what they got that. They make officers. It protects both sides. And I'm not saying your camera doesn't protect both sides.
Do you understand why I have the camera? It's not because of the reason you think.
Why do you?
All right, I've been harangued, harassed, held at gunpoint, all because I didn't have this camera. And ever since I had this camera, it's like a protectant against these guys, right? It protects me, it also protects them too.
Yeah,
right?
The same thing their body cam.
Right, so there should be no problem either way in bringing a camera to any situation out in public. Now, if I'm going in your house, that's a whole different story, right? If I'm going in this guy's house, that guy's house, her house, that's a different story.
What I'm getting at is kind of the intent. Right, so these people are the victims of what's going on, and you said we agree with that. Filming them and all that stuff, and not all of them, but if people film, I'm trying to have a confidential conversation with them, and then people don't want to talk to me or whatever because the cameras are there. That makes it tough for myself and I would imagine every social. So hold on. So what I'm getting at is, and also to answer your fence, the thing with the fence, So there is, I think, no cop is wearing their body cam, and kind of like you said, zooming into people's windows and stuff like that. It's kind of what it comes down to.
And none of us are doing that. You're painting us in like a peeping Tom kind of light,
no, I'm not.
where we're zooming in on people's windows and all that. That's not the case. If you look at my videos, I come down and I walk down the street. I don't care what people are doing in their domicile. Do you understand what I'm saying? If they come out and talk to me, hold on. I let you finish. Now let me finish. When they come out and talk to me, that's a different story. If they don't want to be on cam, I turn the camera away, even though we're in public, and I could.
You doing that.
Do you understand that?
I appreciate that.
Not all of us out here are in it to be weirdos with cameras, right? Not like this guy right here, weirdo that gets off on throwing people's stuff away.
So what I'm So what I'm talking about, I feel like
Yeah, this bully right here. You called me a bully, Ralph? You called me a bully? Hold on. Talk about it, Ralph. I'm a bully? How am I a bully, sir? Huh? How am I a bully? How am I a bully? Huh? How am I? Hey! Whoa! Are you gonna let him do that? He just bumped into me.
you can't impede us.
No, I wasn't impeding anything. He could have went right around me. You gonna allow that?
Let him work.
I am letting him work. He walked right into me. He walked right into me.
Wow.
This guy walked right into me. You're gonna allow him to do
I saw
that?
you walk right into him.
No, I walked right here and I stood there. And then now he just assaulted me again. You're allowing this?
Let him do his job. sir.
Look at this guy right here, Ralph, the biggest chud in all of Denver here.
Hi, Ralph. I'm James.
I'm Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
You might have heard my name before.
I heard it.
If not just now.
He's going to be moving and stuff, so I would probably give him some space, just so you don't get hurt.
I've got plenty of space. He can walk right around me.
Come on.
And
I'm
this
not
guy,
ignoring anything. You're right.
Costigan
I'm not-
allowed this behavior here, so
Yeah.
there he is right there.
I don't
Allowed
wanna-
Ralph to bump right into me.
Wow.
I'll move if necessary. I'm not dumb. That was not necessary at all, Ralph. How dare you? How dare you?
Keep people's space without a response. You
No,
know,
I got plenty of
similar
space.
to when
I got
she
plenty of
needed
space.
his space to get
He
out
walked
of the
into me.
vehicle.
He could have walked all the way around.
Yeah,
You
you
walked
could've-
right into me.
You walked into him.
No, I stepped right there. I didn't
Yeah,
walk into
I
him.
watched
I
it
got it on
also.
camera. The camera doesn't lie.
So do I.
Yeah, the
sir.
camera doesn't lie.
All right, just give him his opportunity to
Wow.
do his job.
Yeah, right.
Here's your. Did you want any more information from him, sir?
I don't need your permission to get information. Just leave me alone.
So let's pull over here. I don't want to get anything.
Chud walked right into me.
So yeah.
Now
so,
we're getting unsafe into the street.
A lot of it becomes gray stuff, right? So like that, you filming when you get up, anyone. anyone
No. Hold on. Hold on in there. Hold on.
Or him either. No, or him either.
Hold on. Before you say anything.
Why?
That guy made some insinuations that I was being a bully. I went over there to find out, and he ran right into me. And next time that happens, Ralph, don't let it happen again. Letting you know, don't let that happen again. I'll defend myself. You understand that? You understand that? You
So-
think that's okay for somebody to just?
I didn't
put
see
you-
it. I didn't see anything.
You
I
were
didn't-
right there.
I wasn't looking at it. I don't know. I didn't hear him call you anything, so I can't speak to that. So, So what it really comes down to is, I think everybody wants the end, but it just doesn't want.
And then this guy lied right on camera.
So I think everybody wants the same thing. It's just a matter of how it gets there. And that's just not with the people living at encampments or something like that. I think it comes down to a lot of public policy, right? A lot of stuff, So it's kind of like.
All I can say is putting people in fences, moving them from point A to point B doesn't help anybody's mental health, right?
Okay.
And every time that this happens, it makes you guys' job 100 times worse. That's what I'm telling you.
So
Yeah, try to bump into me again, you piece of
what I'm
shit.
getting at is also I believe.
Are you allowing this? He's in my space now. Shut up. Fucking ass.
I agree with you. I believe though an intervention needs to be put in place. Outreach work is what we're doing, what the city's doing. So it's going and hoping, and there's laws, federal laws working its way down that limits people. I wish that people that have mental health issues, substance use issues, housing issues, whatever issues they have, all right, and not just people out here on the streets, food issues that are in homes, whatever. I wish the policies were different amongst them from the federal way
Let me
down.
assuage your fears a little bit here, man.
Okay?
I think that you're actually a decent guy and you just
thank
got
you.
into the muck over here, all right?
Okay.
But I think you're sorely misguided if you think any of this is helping anything.
So what I'm getting at is, I don't believe if a child or adult or someone that doesn't have the ability or for whatever reason isn't taking care of themselves, that there should be an intervention put into place, all right, to help them with that. And so whatever that looks like, I don't get to control that. Whether it was a 10-year-old kid who's is being abused by the house, the city or whoever needs to put an intervention in place to fix that situation. I'm not saying take them away from the family, but fix that situation. An old person, someone who's a very geriatric person who doesn't have the wherewithal, I don't think they should be You hear stories about them staying in their feces and stuff like that in a nursing home. That's local. The same thing. I think it just from 18 to what 65. I don't know what the age is. Hold on, let me finish. So what I'm saying is, yeah, there needs to be an intervention in there. I'm not sure exactly what the intervention is, but just letting that happen, I don't think is a good idea.
So
What it comes down to is we agree to all this stuff.
I think we do agree on certain things.
Okay.
But what you're not seeing is the fact that throwing all their stuff. So a lot of this stuff that looks like junk to you and I is not junk, and you should know that by talking to these people.
Yeah.
Right? This is their stuff, their possessions.
Okay.
Right? And when they're having to worry about getting their RV out of impound, if it's even possible, which is made almost impossible to do.
So,
right?
Okay, so they are their possessions.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
All right. So all this stuff, right, that you think is junk, that the guy, the business owner across the street might think is junk. I'm just saying, as an example.
Okay.
Let me finish. You know, we're talking about finishing sentences here, okay? All this stuff, right, that is theirs, it's their possessions, right? All that stuff right there was that person and that camper's possessions. How is destroying all their stuff? Right now, they're preoccupied with trying to get their RV back, right? That's one mental hurdle that they got to get over. And financial, because a lot of these people don't have the money to do that. And it just compounds daily, every day that these RVs are in impound, which is a whole different issue. Why isn't the city picking up the bill on that and at least trying to help these people find parking?
So, okay, so to answer the parking question, is that what you want me to answer?
Go ahead, yeah.
So like I said, all the stuff you're talking about, this policy stuff, what I'm worried about is the people that are out here on the streets. That's what's primarily what I focus on. My job doesn't limit that. I work with people that are housed and other things. So what I'm getting at is I don't make these policies.
We get it. You don't make the rules.
So what I'm getting at, it's amazing. It's just like, I think, it's just, that's what it comes down to, what I've said before. It's frustrating for everything. A lot of things are frustrating.
What's frustrating to me
Okay.
is the fact that we can't allow these people to park in designated areas,
Okay.
right? So maybe you, on the ground level, can start making these suggestions, right? You understand what I'm saying? Making these suggestions to your superiors so they can talk to their superiors, so we don't have to do this every week.
So yes, we've.
And I understand it's job security for you. You've all got vested interest in keeping this thing alive.
I've got to survive too. But the expectations of a lot of things across the board need to change. But yes, to answer this question, yes, we've had my team have had groups, and we've talked to other people in my group about that. But that's what it comes down to. So, like I said, I don't make that. None of these people make those decisions. And like we said, we disagree with this. You believe that change should happen from the bottom up. I believe problems and stuff.
Our politicians have failed us over and over again, whether they're Democratic or Republican, and I'm neither. Just to let you know,
I'm not.
I'm not a Republican. I'm definitely not a Democrat. I'm a completely independent. Okay. I don't buy any of our politicians' rhetoric and BS, because that's all it is, all the time. Rhetoric and BS. That's why I'm saying it starts from the ground up, from people like me and from people like you.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
not going to happen. Nobody in Congress is going to give a shit about this guy in the RV here.
So what I'm getting at, you and I just kind of disagree on that one, and that's fine. I look at it as the people of the United States, Colorado, every however that looks. They make those decisions and vote for those people. That I guess, whatever, if it's broken or whoever thinks it is, I believe we just kind of disagree on that, right? So I believe decisions are made from the top up and work their way down. And that's the problems with that. So we disagree on that.
When you work in a private business, right?
Yes.
When you work in a private business, the changes are made from the top.
Okay.
But a lot of times, it's the people on the bottom yelling the loudest that get those changes implemented.
Okay.
It's not out of the realm of possibility that we can get together, you and I and your peers, I'm not talking the cops. The cops are in this
Okay.
100%. They don't care.
Okay.
They never have cared. They never will care. I'm talking about you guys that are supposedly being advocates for these people and connecting them with services and whatever else.
Okay.
It's up to you guys to say, you know what? We can solve a lot of the mental distress if we just stop these sweeps. Let us get out there. Let's talk. If we need to get served, if we took the money that we paid these guys, hold on, let me finish. If we took the money that we pay these guys are paid more than anybody. If we took the money that these guys are paid to sit out here and harass and do whatever they do, and took it and put it into mental health, maybe a few more mental health facilities, and hiring more people like you, or actual counselors and psychologists and psychiatrists that can help these people with medication, help these people with counseling, all that type of stuff. This might lessen. What we're doing now is not helping, it's hurting the problem. It's making it worse.
On a federal level, I've heard arguments like that, and I've heard federal level for, if you want to cut taxes, build one less aircraft carrier, right? So, I've heard that argument. I've heard all different types of arguments in that. So, like I said, we both, so we both agree. We both agree there needs to be change. It's just how about to get there, and then that's really what it is. That I see, because we both kind of. I wish homelessness didn't exist. I wish guns didn't exist. I wish drugs didn't exist. But
Homelessness is always going to exist,
Well,
okay? It's always
hope
going to
not.
exist. There are people, they're very few, but there are a few people that choose to be free.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And that's what it's about for them. It's freedom, right?
Okay.
But where I have a problem is when we as a society, whether it's these guys or you or me or anybody else, telling that person, you can't set up your tent there because it looks bad for this businesses here, or the neighbor called and they don't like the way that it looks, right? These are public, accessible ways.
I see your point.
You see my point?
Yeah.
And it's not like if you took the entire city of Denver and you did what Olympia did, and you made every public street accessible to RV parking other than probably residential, because the RVs are a little bit too big. I understand those,
Okay.
the width stuff. This street is a perfect place for these people.
Okay.
There's very few residences. All right. The crime is not caused by the homeless people
Okay,
here.
that's true.
The crime is caused by the gang members that go through here, other nefarious people that will antagonize. You want to talk about people being antagonized? Look at the people that come through and antagonize these people as they're trying
That happens,
to
yes.
peacefully sleep. I'm sure you've heard this story.
I've heard it. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So a lot of that. So I agree with I see what you're saying, but I just agree with the how to get there. So the people that want to stay on the street, that want to, and they have they can make that decision legitimately. They don't have any other issues, whatever that looks like. Like I said, I'm not a counselor, but whatever that looks like. If they're on the street, I don't know about that. But the people that want to be like housed or whatever, I think almost everyone agrees with that. It's just how to get there, right? So that's the issue. That and those issues of how to get there and where the problem starts. That's that I guess is the biggest question.
Would you at the very least agree with me that moving these people the way that we are with these sweeps is not helping the problem? It's actually getting worse. Do you understand?
So-
these people are not. In 3 weeks' time, this is going to be filled with more RVs and tents.
So I do disagree, right? So the question is not how
The statistics bear it out that it's getting worse. It's not getting better.
So the getting worse with the homeless population and COVID and everything made a lot of the existing problems I think this country got bigger. There's going to be more people living on the streets, more people experiencing homelessness. Or
No
whatever.
doubt.
Yeah, so that's a whole other thing. But I think to say that is just moving that is making this a bigger issue is not true. Is what I'm saying. Then the second question was, is there...
Hold on a second. Let me stop you there because that's a big point. That's a big point.
So the second question you had, I believe an intervention should be done, right, with people that, whether they're living in their own house in filth, living in a nursing home with filth or whatever it looks like, that's where an intervention is done. And if they choose to take services, I can't make them, and I don't want to.
I understand.
If they choose it, they're ready. I'll do everything I can to connect them with services.
So let me just get this on record.
Yes.
You think by moving them, it's actually helping the problem?
moving them is helping the problem.
Do you think what
the-
you're doing now, it's so I've already outlined how it's mentally traumatizing
I agree
to
with
somebody to have to move every week, sometimes 3 times a week or 5, I mean, depending on what part of the city you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You think that moving somebody like that is not, it's okay and it's fine and it's helping the problem.
It's helping the problem. I think, is it helping the problem? Yeah, yes, it is.
In which way, exactly?
In which way? Because like I said before, I work with every business owners, residences, people that don't live in Denver but come in to work for Denver, the people that are living in the encampments, the RVs, I work with kids at parks. So what I'm getting at is from the whole perspective, as a whole community, for right now, I don't know about the future, it could change on a dime, whatever that looks like. I don't know about the future. For right now, I believe that this is the best solution.
How is specifically for the homeless,
Okay.
not the residents, not the government, not anybody else. I'm specifically talking about the homeless. How is this helpful to them?
How is this helpful to
How is
them?
moving them and destroying their stuff helpful to them?
Well, so the stuff, let's be realistic. Okay, the stuff, someone that has a damaged TV, that the city, okay, not me, not you, somebody else made that decision that needs to go to trash. Right?
Okay.
So
how is that? That's a whole different story
so-
because
so
I've
what
seen
I'm saying
motorcycles,
is-
I've seen working motorcycles, I've seen bicycles, I've seen perfectly usable sofas. As a matter of fact, we just saw a sofa thrown in that dumpster right now
Okay.
that was perfectly usable.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So-
How, and I want you to listen and maybe think about this when you go to sleep at night.
Okay.
Okay. How is destroying perfectly usable stuff that these homeless people own, it's their stuff, right?
Okay.
How is throwing away their stuff helpful to the homeless?
Okay.
How is that helpful?
There. Hold on. Let me. There is no. You do know this. There's no law against being homeless. in
Well, it's getting very close.
Well, I don't-
It's
I
getting
don't-
very
I can't
close.
speak for
Los Angeles has actually
I-
criminalized homelessness,
I can't
and
s-
Denver is following the same
So
exact
I can't speak
stat-
that. But
but blueprint.
I'm getting at if they want to take that sofa, it's just the laws. It's not illegal, but it is illegal for me to park my car on the grass in front of Coors Field before a baseball game. So that I can't do. And that, so it's illegal. These are just laws that are made. All right. Everybody here is just, you know. So it's no. So what I'm getting at is, yeah, I do believe in the whole. I'm gonna have to get in the car in a second or talk to him, but in the grand scheme of things, in the whole picture, right now, I believe it's the best option. Is it a perfect option? No.
This is, in my opinion, we're polar opposites on this.
Okay.
This is the absolute worst possible solution to the. It's not a solution.
Okay.
It adds to the problem.
Okay.
100%.
So, but
Proven over and over and over again. Okay. All these people out here, I'm familiar with a lot of them.
Okay.
Probably more so than you.
Probably.
Right? You just got into this area.
Yeah.
You know, all this. I've seen these people go from place to place
Okay.
to place within District 4.
Okay.
Right? And each and every time I've seen the mental toll
Okay.
it takes on their psyche,
Yes. Okay.
having their stuff thrown away and crushed right in front of their eyes with them not having the ability to do anything about it.
Okay.
You understand? Their homes getting towed to impound while I or other people are trying furiously to try to get it out, and we can't because there's no IDs, there's no resources, there's nothing to do but sit there and oh well, these people's homes, these people's stuff is destroyed. My analogy is correct. If somebody went into your house and took 75% of your stuff at bare minimum, crushed it in front of you, and then told you to get out legally, and then you find another place, let's say you find some shack down the road or whatever, and the same thing happens to you over and over, your mental health is going to deteriorate to the point of madness. And it's amazing that most of these people, the resiliency that they have to be able to endure time after time this type of behavior. That's my point to you.
Okay.
And you should be looking at it from that angle, not the city's angle of this is helping the problem.
I don't look at it from the city's angle. I was talking about, I look at it from a whole perspectives angle. Business owners, everything else. There was a business owner.
You're not here for the business
No,
owners. You're here for the homeless. You
no.
said it yourself.
I-
Your one job
So
is to help these people.
Hold on, let me finish. At these events here, cleanups and all
This
that?
is a sweep. It's not a cleanup.
Okay,
Let's call
what-
it for what it is.
Okay.
Be honest.
No. So then.
Yes. Yes.
No. Okay.
Yes.
We're
This
not,
is a
We're
sweep.
not going to agree on that. All right. Because the intent.
You can try to justify it in your mind all you want.
You can try to
but it's the
justify-
same thing every time.
Okay.
A lot of
Okay.
destruction, a lot of mental trauma,
Okay.
a lot of physical nonsense with these. You just saw an example of it from a trash guy. over
Okay.
here.
So. Yeah. The terminology. All right. We're not going to agree with. Right. And you saying you can't call it a cleanup, and I'm saying you can't call it a sweep. Right. So hold on. So we're not going to. That's not going to change. Right. So what it comes down, I look at is, yes, the bigger umbrella picture. Down the street, there was a business owner trying to keep people employed, and there was someone yelling at that business owner. So
From a public sidewalk, what does it matter?
No. About making claims that what I'm saying is might not be true, but the intent is that business owners, what I'm getting at is part of the community. That business owners trying to employ people. So yes, I focus on helping the employed people, the business owners, other things like that. The people that are out here also. Yes.
So you're not out. So what you're saying is, you're a big picture guy. You're not out here specifically to help these guys.
No.
You're here to help the big picture for the city. That's what you're saying.
No.
Because if you're even an iota on the business owner's side, you want all of this out of here all the time. You don't want none of this going on.
So if a business owner no, that's not true what you're saying. I've worked with business owners that have gotten grants during COVID. I worked with people that, especially the service industry, helping those people get some grants or services, public services that were working in those restaurants. I've worked with people out here. I've worked with, numerous new people that are housed, people, whatever that situation looks like. So so I look at it. Hold on, I look at it from an umbrella picture. I'm not looking at policy. I'm looking at that. So I got to go over there. But what I'm getting at is yes, you and I disagree on, and a lot. I would imagine if you sat down 100 people in Denver, and you asked them individually what the solution looks like, what the problem looks like, not like what the problem is, where people are going to make a blanket statement. What it looks like, what the solutions are, you probably have 100 different answers.
I agree,
hold on, let me finish. So you and I disagree where problems start from. You and I disagree maybe on some terminology. But the thing is that what we do agree on, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the homelessness and other, we're talking everything from food subsidies and health care. I would imagine we agree close on that because I think it's closely.
Well, the big problem is IDs. A lot of these people don't have IDs, and they can't.
Yes, there are services. I thought, and I brought IDs. The idea to everybody I can speak. I think IDs, not a driver's license, an ID should be free.
100%.
So if you walk into a DMV and I think they should just. There should be no.
That's
fee.
one of many services that should be free for the people of Denver. Because what if you came into hard times and you went bankrupt? And I don't know if your wife or husband or whoever, I'm not insinuating anything or anything like that. I don't know what your situation is. You get totally desolate. You have no money and you're out on the street.
Yes.
Why shouldn't you be allowed to get housing and showers and trash services, stuff that any normal human being would take for granted here in Denver? You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Being hygienic is a huge part of this whole thing.
I agree with you. I think most people do too. What I'm getting at is like.
Do you realize that 80% of people agree with me that these sweeps aren't working? Whether they're Democrat or Republican matters not. 80% of people are telling us that these sweeps don't work.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know that statistic or anything. But what I'm getting at is. Like I said, what it looks like, if you ask them individually, no matter what, it would all look different. So, you and I, the way I see it, we're very passionate about the same situation. It's just kind of solving it a little bit differently. And that's
you're shackled by the handcuffs of government. You can't see out of that purview.
I'm shackled by having to work. I'm shackled by.
I agree, but it's going to
rent.
take people like you.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm telling you, on the lowest of low levels, because I know you're not high up on the chain. I know other people that are higher, but I'm talking about you specifically. Okay. It's up to you guys to bang the drums to let people know this is not helping them mentally. At the very least, this is a mental health issue. It's a crisis. And it's a nationwide crisis.
Yes.
It's not just here in Denver.
Oh, I know.
It seems, but this is a microcosm of what's happening here. These people cannot get ahead in life unless their mental health is taken care of first and foremost. Do you understand?
So I do what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and I can even see your perspective, but I just don't agree with it. I mean, so
it's never
we
going to
have
get.
them?
It's
Yeah,
never.
no,
It's
it's
never
never
going. We're
gonna-
never going to
no,
get
no.
help out here.
No, so
These people are never going. If you don't change your thinking on these people's mental health, it's
Okay.
never going to change.
I
If you're
know.
just going to be a yes man and just do what you're told and never offer solutions to a problem,
I have offered
real
solutions.
solutions. I'm not talking about. This is not a real solution.
I hold on here. We've talked about in this conversation. I've talked to my bosses, supervisors, whatever they want to do with that. I can't control that. Yes, I have a lot of the same issues as a lot of people in Denver. I don't make a lot of money, and some people, whatever that looks like. But so yeah, so like what it comes down to is, we both agree. I would assume, right? That mental health in this country, not just in Denver, needs to be addressed. Substance use needs to be addressed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? And the
I'm letting you
housing,
speak.
and the housing. You and I probably could go on for other stuff, right? The separation of wealth, all these other issues. I would
No
imagine.
doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
So we agree on that. It's just a matter of those two tops we talked about on how they
I
go.
pointed out example after example
So,
of how the money is there. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I just told you we on this particular sweep. This is a bigger sweep. Okay. I'm guessing it's more towards the $60,000 that is
Okay.
being spent. I'm not sure. I could find out. To the penny, I could find
Okay.
out through open records
Yeah,
requests,
sure.
and I have done it before.
Okay.
It averages anywhere between 20 and 60. This is a bigger scale
about what
one.
I've heard, yeah.
So this one's probably, let's just say $50,000. Don't you think that $50,000 could be better spent doing better things for these people than destroying their stuff and moving them? Because that's all they're doing. Hold on. All they're doing is moving them from one point to another point. They're not fixing any. You see, there's no issue fixed there. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's no issue being fixed. These people are still homeless. Now they've got more mental issues because they've been moved yet again, probably the 5th time in a month or more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there is no solution provided with this cleanup or sweep, as I call it, because it's a sweep,
Okay.
all right? There's no solution provided there. If you're moving that person from there, clear across Platte River, and then you move them there, and then they come back here, there's no solution provided there. Zero solution to the problem. And we've wasted $50,000 every single time we do this.
So
Wasted.
So So actually, you and I agree with more than I thought. All right. And what I'm saying is that you're just what you're asking, repeatedly asking. It sounds like you're trying to maybe change my way of thinking. And I've thought about this for years upon years. So in school and personal life and everything else. So I get what you're getting at and the money and all that. I get that. So what you're talking about is purely just the sweeps. And what I've talked about before, or you're talking the sweeps, what I've talked about before is I look at it a little bit differently. That's all. So that's all this comes down to. I mean, and it's unfortunate. It's a pain. I mean, these aren't just.
It's not rocket science
I know,
to
hold on,
understand
hold on.
this concept,
So hold
right?
on. I know. So what I'm getting is just I understand your concept, but we think the solution is different. That's all that is.
What is it? What
So-
exactly is getting solved by doing this cleanup? What exactly?
Like I
what
said,
exactly is
we've asked
the
this,
solution?
You've asked this before. It obviously has stuff to do with the business owners, the property owners.
I'm not talking about the business. I'm talking specifically about the homeless people.
What is
what
solving
solution is provide? What does it solve for the homeless people by doing this? Exactly.
Exactly. for
Because
that.
you've pointed out everybody but the homeless how it helps, right?
Oh,
it helps the business owners by
Well-
cleaning up. It helps them, visually. It helps out, with customers, potential customers.
Okay.
We've talked about all that. I'm talking specifically about the homeless people. I'm not talking about
Okay.
the residents. I understand the benefit to the residents. They don't have to look at it. We can just sweep it under the rug and it went away for a week or whatever. Okay. What specifically is the solution that is provided here to the homeless people? Specifically to the homeless people.
Okay. What is you're saying the benefit to that?
What is the benefit to the homeless people
What
over
if
here?
that the way I see what I have seen, okay, what I've seen and I've experienced, and what I see is the biggest issues are I would say the hygiene. Some of it is trash, and you admitted that. right? You admitted that when you asked. Hold on.
Who knows what's
Hold
trash
on.
and what
No,
isn't?
You admit that because you asked for a dumpster or a trash can to be left at this
Okay.
place. So some of it is trash. So then, and then also a lot of these camps, when these people leave, not on their own will, there's a lot of trash there. So that hygiene, I would say, is the number one issue. Not just for the people. Yeah, hygiene. If you're just
So
asking-
hygiene is the number one thing it solves for homeless people.
hygiene, and
So
like I said,
their teeth are going to be okay because you guys came and did this. They have clean food, clean water,
So again,
clothes, all that stuff is solved
what-
by moving
okay,
them
so
from left.
what is your by them being able to stay here, you're implying, or a person would be implying, that they're going to access some resources that are out there for dental, hygiene, and stuff like that.
No, I'm saying that that's what you guys should be focused on,
You're
not.
you and I are disagreeing. We disagree on how that goes about.
Look,
you say
you and I both agree that hygiene is important, right?
Yes.
I mean, that we can agree on,
Yes.
right? So instead of spending the $50,000 a day that it takes to do this, why not have resources pumped into your department? I'm not talking the police or these cleanup crews. There is trash to be thrown. I understand that.
Yes.
And there needs to be times. What they're doing in Olympia, Washington is very interesting. And I implore you, please, if there's anything that you gather from today, look at the news
I'm
stories on
definitely
what
going to.
Olympia, Washington is
Thank
doing.
you.
It may help you,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna look.
It may help you guys. What they do is they'll say, okay, we're gonna come by and we're gonna sweep the streets on this day. Please make sure you're moved while we do that. Okay? Then they come do the sweep. They won't even tow somebody's vehicle right at the moment. If
Okay.
it depends on the situation. If there's a lot of trash, they'll tell these people, you need to move. Otherwise, we're gonna give you, 3 days or whatever notice to move your vehicle because we need to clean here. It's an obvious need. The city needs to clean that area, right? And then at that point, if they don't move, then they're moved, right? It's a much better solution to what's going on. A lot of these people understand the situation over there, and they'll move their vehicle out of the way. They'll go down a block or so, and then the city can just come down and take a street sweeper. There's not a lot of trash because they provide trash cans in the area, stuff like that. And it's a much more viable solution. It costs the city way less money to provide an alternative, i.e. trash cans and other services, even toilets. Some places they provide toilets, which is amazing. Those are viable solutions that can actually help with hygiene, what we both agree on, right? So why can't we implement that here in a place like this? These business owners might be happy if you guys threw out a big old trash can at the end of the block and everybody could throw trash there. Do you see what I'm saying?
I definitely see what you're saying.
I've actually had the opportunity to talk to a few of these business owners
Okay.
that are in agreement.
Okay.
They don't like the trash, right? That's the big thing from the business owners. They don't like the trash. For the residents, it's more just the visual of a homeless person there, and they're afraid because that person might, break into their house or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a whole different issue that I don't want to discuss with you right now
I agree.
because there's a lot to unpack there. But from the business's perspective, the big thing is trash, right? Which is why the city of Denver has justified its fencing and sweeps and moving people from left to right and taking the RVs and all that. If you simply provide a big dumpster that's dumped every week, these people will keep these areas clean. I know these people. There's one person in particular that made her area look better because she was there with her camper. She brought a little bit of visual flair to what was going on instead of the mundane, industrial nonsense.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So in instances like that, we need to put trash cans here so that they can at least have the ability to throw their trash. And if we get a little saucy, maybe put up a public shower, which there's portable public showers that can be serviced every week, right? And trash cans and toilets that can be serviced as well. This area right behind us, this field, is owned by the city. They can do whatever they want. They can put up a trash can. They can put up a couple of toilets. They can do these type of things. I'm not saying here in particular.
Yeah.
I'm saying a designated area for this stuff. Whether it's a 1 mile, 5 mile, however much it takes to take care of our most vulnerable population.
Okay.
We're only as strong as our weakest link.
Okay.
And when we're having people with guns and badges enforce policy, not law, these people are not breaking any laws.
Okay.
They're not breaking any laws.
I don't know the law and policy that well, but go
No,
ahead.
I'm letting you know they're not
Okay.
breaking the laws. For the most part, there are certain instances where some of them do break the laws, and I don't have any problem with the justice system taking care of those people,
Okay.
right? But I'm talking about the law-abiding citizens that are not doing anything. They need resources, and this is not the resource. You being here is a resource, could be a resource. Instead of being here in conjunction with the City of Denver Police Department, you could be here as a mental health advocate, and with a plethora of psychiatrists and psychologists. If somebody needs medication, they get diagnosed with schizophrenia or bipolar or mania or something of that nature, they can get their medications. That's what we need out here, not the constant harassment of having to be moved every single
So
week.
the stuff that you're talking about, there are, I don't know what they call them in the city, but there are called ACT teams that come out. That are
I've
with
seen
them.
those people too.
So those teams, there's a bunch of stuff that goes on, and our society, you can't make someone take mental health meds or whatever.
I understand that. I get
so,
that.
Which is, I guess, is so the So the city and see all those ideas and the things that you've talked about. So this is where I think a good advocate comes into place. It sounds like you're very knowledgeable on. You talk Olympia, Washington. There's different other cities that have done unique
I really
things.
wish you would do your
Hold on.
homework after
So-
this and look at that.
So
Look at the news stories
I am
over
going to
there.
look up Olympia.
It's working.
I
It's
am.
helping.
Well, so what I'm saying is documenting that, and then that goes to, in my mind, and then you prove, hey, this is how much money we can save. You go to your council members. This is how much money. This is what's happening. This is proven to work. This is proven not to work. So those things and presented to a council member. And if a council member can go up in front of a next election and say, hey, I can save the city, gosh knows how much money, that's where I think that comes into place. Is someone like yourself or other advocates doing that?
The
is what I'm
problem
getting at.
with
you,
council,
hold on.
I understand what you're saying.
You and I disagree on that. But we do disagree, I gotta go, but we do agree on, is pretty much the same problems, not just the micro problems with the big problems. Right? Is that true?
But yeah,
So,
I agree. But
yeah.
but this is the problem here and now.
Okay, I know.
You see what I'm saying? The council members aren't going to do anything. I've already been down that avenue,
okay.
right? You can talk to your blue in the face too, and they're corrupt. They're all corrupt.
Okay.
And it's an air of familiarity when politicians go for re-election. 9 times out of 10, it's like almost a 90% bet that they're going to win re-election.
This is true.
Based on familiarity and familiar with that candidate. So you've got these council members that have been in here forever that do the same thing over and over and over and aren't interested in hearing real solutions, because the real solutions would cause them.
Trash! There's trash on the ground, trash, man!
I can't speak or change. I don't know enough about government.
Well, let me ask you this:
this government here to say that there's how corrupt they are not.
You've talked to me about doing these things. Have you been in front of your council members suggesting some of these things?
Have I talked to council? Oh, I don't live in Denver. But
No,
yes,
I'm not. I'm saying wherever you live, whether it be Highlands Ranch or North Glen or wherever.
I've talked to nonprofits, and I've talked to nonprofits. I also look at in a bigger perspective. I do a lot of research on every single thing I vote on. So,
have you ever tried to talk to Regan over here? She works a nonprofit. You mentioned nonprofits.
So yes, I have tried to talk to Regan.
Right.
And she has chosen not to talk to me.
Chosen not to talk
Yes,
to you.
she has chosen not to talk to me.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, when you go home,
I agree with that. The big picture problems, and the only thing we're talking about is these individual things that are happening in Denver. Is we disagree on that, but the rest of the picture looks like we agree. So
I think we could agree on this.
So, but I really got to go catch up.
All right, man.
But
See
nice
ya.
talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
And
look up Olympia, Washington, man.
You know what? I like having good conversations with you, people living on the streets, business owners, things like that. So I get a better idea of what they're thinking and more so feeling. Yes, I wish everybody had I'll use the word passion that you have about it. And not everyone's going to agree with what you're saying, but people, I agree with people that are passionate about what they're doing. It seems like you are.
I think you still got a chance to be a good one, man. I honestly do. But
hey,
I think you need to really do your homework on Olympia, Washington, man.
Check it out.
This is a much better solution to addressing this problem. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it's a much better
So,
solution than moving these people from point A to
I've
point
looked
B.
at
Mental health trauma alone. Okay, I'm imploring
Yeah.
you.
So I'm going to look at Eugene. I reckon Austin, Texas is a different. And
I know about Austin, Texas.
then there is. I look at. I'm following this one town. It's outside of Scranton, outside of another town. It's about rural people living in encampments. I researched that. All right, and I know a person who works there, or in that community. And also I follow Eugene, Oregon, them, and also some stuff in Canada and Europe.
Give me a card next time you're out here, man.
Yeah. So.
Just
All right.
next time you're out here, I'll see you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank
at least,
you for having
at least,
a good talk.
yeah.
I mean,
No, man. I mean, I've just seen.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I mean, if you want-
Look.
I'd
I
love
know
to sit
you're.
down with you,
I know
man.
you're real chummy with these police officers out here. I've seen them and the way that they act with these people. They treat them less than human, and it's
Okay.
not right. Okay.
Yeah.
From your perspective, that should concern you.
Well,
if you've seen half of the video on my channel or Regan's on the way that they treat people, you would understand.
But I've also seen it go the other way. Let's be honest.
No.
Yes.
No.
Let's be honest.
No. No.
Let's
No.
go.
No.
Maybe not with you, but with other people.
I'm going to talk to you guys here in just a minute. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I wanted to get this guy on camera with a bunch of things, lots to unpack there. Hope you guys are proud of what I did. Did you see what Ralph did to me? Oh my God.
No, I was busy getting assaulted by the fucking business.
Yeah, I got assaulted. You got assaulted too?
What? Fucking tried to take a swing at me in my car.
Really?
What?
Do you got it on camera?
Yep.
Which-
in the door.
What?
Wow.
That was the second one.
Jesus.
Wow.
Same guy?
Different.
Lots to unpack, y'all. Yeah. Can I get some AC for a bit?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm gonna get some AC. I need it. I need to talk to you guys too in the chat. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring. Is that water, Aurora?
Yeah. Help yourself.
Huh?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I know.
I'll
I know
go
where it's
down
at. Lots to unpack. Let me get a little bit of AC before we take off, Aurora, and some water. Do I think this guy is necessarily bad? No, I think he's part of the problem. Because it's guys like that under the guise of being quote unquote nice and receptive to ideas that never do anything. And I hope you guys saw.
Come on. Come on, baby.
Yeah, hold on, guys. I need a little AC. I'm gonna get some water. I don't want to taint.
Oh, you're fine.
taint Aurora
My
with
cooties
my-
are friendly.
Okay. Well, I don't want you getting mine now. You never know where mine.
They might not play well together.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. And adjust these to you.
That guy would not fucking understand it.
He didn't listen. Oh, he doesn't listen.
Okay, guys. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna pull down the phone and then I'll talk to you guys.
Right.
No, it's hotter.
Yeah.
Out there for an hour talking to that guy.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, I changed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. It shouldn't be on anyway. I don't want you getting dinged.
Okay. Let's turn this down a little bit. I don't know how to do it. So I can talk to everybody. Okay, can everybody hear me? Give me a one. Yeah, he's a major problem, Road Dog, no doubt. For everybody joining in chat, let me give you a quick synopsis, even though you guys probably have been in here and heard me go round and around with this guy to try to pinpoint him. He could not point out to his big thing. So basically what he's saying, y'all, I finally got him to admit, because he was talking about everybody else but the homeless, right?
Yeah.
How everything was benefiting everything but the homeless, and I picked up on it, right? I'm not as dumb as I seem in these interviews, by the way. I finally get to the point. It just takes a while because I have to trap these guys in a way that they can't get out of, get out of it. So basically what happened is I finally got him to admit what he thinks, how these sweeps are helping the homeless, right? And he says hygienically it's helping them. So by destroying, yeah, right, it's laughable.
What the fuck?
Wait till you see it, Aurora. It's crazy.
I had to walk away because I was gonna ruin your.
No, it's okay. I understand. I mean, and by the way, that sergeant is a piece of shit. He said I ran into Ralph. That's not the case.
I know.
I walked up and because Ralph called me a bully.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This is my opportunity to address that piece of junk. And I did it. And what I told him was, I'm a bully. I'm a bully. He turns around and he bumps right into me.
Yep.
And you know, he says, I'm working here. He looks right at the sergeant. And of course, the sergeant takes his side, said I ran into him, which was absolute nonsense.
It was.
I didn't move. I stayed right when I wanted an answer from Ralph. And he decided to bump me and did nothing. So you guys saw that. Thank you, Road Dogs. Let's see. Strange and unusual. Porta Johns and small roll-offs aren't expensive. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it may seem expensive to the average person, right? Like, you know, to put a roll-off for just one person, like a residential, it's going to cost you some bucks, right? But the city spends $50,000 every time, $20,000 to $60,000 every time they do this. Tell me that there's a trash can in the city
Right.
that is worth $20,000.
Well, the
a
one
day.
that caught on fire the other day.
The dumpster fire. Let's see. Spooky's getting paid. This might be blessings. Yeah, exactly. Did you guys catch Ralph pushing me, bumping into me?
Oh, I did.
That guy's like twice my size
Yeah, he
too,
is.
as well, guys. Just to let you know. So I was pushed back. I don't know how far I got pushed back, but
Pretty
he
far.
bumped me,
I saw you.
you know.
I thought he punched you at first.
well, I mean, it may as well have been.
I
but,
know.
And then the fucking cop didn't do anything.
I
He should
know.
have been right there saying, "Hey, you can't do that."
I know.
Instead, he tells
you.
me that I was the one that
Uh-huh.
ran into Ralph. I'm like,
I
are
know.
you insane?
I told him he ruined it. I said, you ruined it. We were getting along. We were having a conversation, you know. And then when that happened, I go, you just ruined it. How
For
can-
once, it would be in their best
Right.
interest to take the side of the public in matters like
Right?
this. To show Ralph that he's not in control of everything.
I know.
You know what? Ralph controls everything out here. I've seen it time and time again. He's the one that tells the police what to do
Yeah.
every single damn time. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic that the city and county of Denver's police cannot stand up to that bully. And he called me a bully,
I
guys.
know.
Of all things, he called me a bully.
Yep.
So, who's the real bully?
I know.
Thanks, Razor. I appreciate it. What's up, Bernie?
Hey,
Nice-
Bernie.
I'm in Aurora's car right now. She decided to come and join the party. I'm getting some AC. I got a little overheated
I know,
out
me
there.
too.
Like, holy hell.
I'm so glad you said something because I was thinking about coming here too. I'm
Oh.
like, I need to see if I have my umbrella or something. My MS said, nope, Liz, not
Too-
today.
Too hot. Too hot. Regan is out here. She's filming these chuds taking this RV. He's not even a mental health guy. He's just some sort of guy that comes out.
Creature
Yeah, he's.
from the
Oh,
swamp.
but I did tell him something interesting. If you guys look up Olympia, Washington, right? Olympia, Washington is implementing where RVs can be parked on publicly accessible streets. Now, that does not mean like you can park in front of somebody's house. That's a different story. The street's width has a lot to do with it. But I implore you guys to check it out. And that's what I was telling this guy. I have a feeling he's not the worst in the world, but he's definitely part of the problem. He's not a part of the solution. If he would just take the time to look at these different places. He mentioned Austin, which Austin has its problems, but they're doing some decent work there. I don't know the rural place that he was talking to, but if he would really go to the news stories about Olympia, Washington, and how that's helping out there, it's helping the problem. It's not hurting the problem. All they need to do now is more trash, maybe some toilets and toiletries, maybe provide the homeless people with dental care and stuff like that. I know the taxpayers cry every time a tax is raised or whatever, and I fully get that. I think a lot of our taxes are theft, but if there's one thing that I want my tax money to go to, it's to help others, right? If it's being used properly and not used for nefarious purposes like these stupid sweeps, then I'm all for it. Thanks, Ash. I appreciate you, man. Only 3 more likes till I hit 50. That's a milestone. If you guys
Nice.
can get me to that 50 mark, that'll be really cool. We'll stay on for a few more minutes. I need a little more AC, courtesy of
Like,
Aurora Transparency.
my dad, or I think Sandra. Well, that's right, because this is. Hey, Mikey, my job was canceled, so they gave us a big job in Boulder. I messaged Liz. My husband. He doesn't know I have.
Oh.
My husband finally got a job,
Oh, that's awesome.
and so
Oh,
I don't
man.
have a phone. We decided I'm gonna have to break it down and get a
your
phone.
own- Yeah, you're gonna have to get one, Aurora. You need one.
I do.
You need one. We need you out here. We need you. We need more eyes.
I'm like, oh God, then the government's gonna track me.
Well, do your best. I mean, the
I'll
best.
just wear a tinfoil hat when I have my
there you
phone with
go.
me.
Tinfoil hat. There you go. Yeah, I know. You're on the radar now, though, Aurora. mean,
I know.
You're guilty by association.
I
with,
am.
With Regan and myself. So, yeah, if you hit the like button, y'all, let's go take a drive.
Okay.
Let me put on seatbelts so they don't have any reason
Right.
to pull us over.
That one cop that didn't see what happened, it was really funny. He walked, after I was screaming at him, he walked back to get my plates.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I was laughing. Go ahead, get Aurora's place.
Right? And try to get my VIN, because I got a piece of paper there blocking it.
Right. Go ahead.
I'm anonymous.
That's right. What are you gonna do if they pull you over?
They were all parked behind me.
I know.
Oh, they can pull me over all they want. I kind of wish they would. Is this mine?
That's yours.
Oh, no, it's you.
Oh, it's me. Oh, that's the other phone. Can't take that. Sorry. So we're moving around here. We're gonna. I know Regan decided to go too. We were taking too much time. She got a little anxious, but go ahead. She
Okay.
said going around. Damn it. Yeah, I know I missed a call. I'm not concerned with that right now, you dumbass. All right, that's not even my phone.
Oh.
I borrowed another phone just in case because I was flying the drone earlier, guys. I got some decent footage of a bunch of cops standing around and doing nothing.
Nice.
But I got to get a reader, so I'll put that out to you when I can. Jesus Christ, man, you're persistent. I give you that. Very persistent there. So we're just going around here. Go take a left.
Yeah.
Take a left here. I think Regan took a right, but I think
Yeah.
she's going a different angle. And then we're just gonna kind of look for some trailers. Oh, they had. Okay, keep going. This is
Oh.
where they already apparently
Oh.
took her stuff. That was horrible. Are we back? Give me a 1 if we're back, and hit that like button if you haven't already, y'all. It's still only 3 away. I don't know how many of
Oh,
you.
should I turn or
Take a
go
left.
straight?
Take a left. I'm sorry. I'm not being a good navigator.
No, it's fine. No worries with me.
All right, and then we're gonna take another left at the stop sign. I think that's where Joey was parked down here. I think she left. But Karen M, welcome on in. Give me a second. When we get pulled over somewhere, guys, you're gonna take a left here. I want to see if she's gone or what's going on here. If you're just joining, a little bit of drama today. I got assaulted by Ralph the trash guy. He called me a bully.
And then it assaults you.
And then bumped into me. And the cops were right there and did nothing because, of course. Pull
This
in right
is who we-
behind. Yeah.
Okay, here,
Yeah.
let me.
Or, yeah, you can pull in right behind or whatever.
We're in my world. I'm okay here.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
Oh, my front bumper's already flat, so I can scoot up a lot.
okay, so Matt D, welcome. Hit that like button, y'all. 3 away from 50. Really quick synopsis. I got assaulted by Ralph the trash guy. The cops didn't do anything. Had a long conversation with, I don't even know what he does. He's some sort of, he's not a mental health guy. He just a services guy for the homeless, a homeless outreach guy, apparently. I'd like to know what type of outreach he actually does, but it's part of the whole HOT team, right? The homeless outreach team. who Nick Groves is the head of. Nick Groves is one of the worst of the worst. Alan B, welcome. K-Dot, welcome. I don't know how much of the stream that you guys saw, but there's been a lot of BS go on here, and I really don't know what else to say.
Right? I know.
Wow, is that guy? Okay, we're gonna have to get out of here, Aurora. I think that guy's actually here to tow this one.
Oh, well, I'm not moving.
Okay, good.
He can suck a dick.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll wait here. We'll see what goes on. But it's been a day, guys. It's been a lot to digest. That guy.
Oh, I think he's just towing that car.
Okay, good. That guy that I was interviewing, I can't remember his name. It's on the stream. Hit the like button, y'all. I know we got 3 new people in here. Hit that like button. We're only 3 away. Trying to read comments. Nigel, welcome. Everybody that's in here, Spooky. I mean, if I didn't mention you, I totally apologize. 2 away. We're at 48. Let's at least hit 50 before I end this thing. I gotta put the charger on this thing because otherwise it's gonna die. I got it.
Oh, what?
I got it right
You
here.
don't want to use...
I got a full. This thing
Okay.
is good for like,
Okay, good.
like
good.
a lot of charges.
Right
so-
on. Nice.
Yeah, I'm good. Hold on. If the stream goes silent for just a minute, just hang tight, guys. I got to make sure that hold on. Make sure that everything is kosher.
I
And
got to give him those.
these are awesome.
Yeah.
They got a
that
lot of
particular
battery
one,
power.
too. Yeah,
Okay, we should be back.
I have a total of 4 batteries now. Dad bought me 3. I'm so excited. I can film all day.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. But it's important to have like a communication device too. Aurora.
I know.
I think that would help all of us. Like we could coordinate. And,
A little
Yeah.
better than
Yeah.
chatting through my parents.
Yeah. It would be cool.
I
to-
know.
And plus, you have another camera too.
I know.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you could go live on YouTube and stuff.
Right. Because I've never gone live.
How many? So you have 50, don't you?
No. Oh, yeah. I've got
Like 800?
1,100.
Oh shit! You hit the 1,000 mark. You can monetize too.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I still need the 40 or 4,000 watch
Oh
hours.
yeah, we can get you there. Everybody sub and watch Aurora's
I know. I need to go live.
channel. Yeah, going live helps a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's-
gets you the hours. Yeah. If one person watched me for, you know.
And it's, you know what, guys, it's not about the money because I'm telling you right now, I make hardly any
Right?
money.
It's not
on
at all.
YouTube at all.
It's about
So,
exposure.
But I mean, every little bit helps, right? Like if Aurora needs a tank of gas or I need a tank of gas, I mean, it comes in handy every
Right.
so often, so it does help watching. So we're up to 48 likes. Can we get 2 more people? If you haven't hit that like button, can you guys hear me? For one, I mean, you guys have been pretty quiet. Quick synopsis, guys. I got here fairly early with Regan, and I flew my drone, which you guys are going to be interested. I mean, it's nothing super interesting, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot today. Sorry. Sort of. Anyways, so I learned a lot today, guys, flying the drone, right? I learned that depending on how high I fly it, nobody even knows I'm there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's a really good thing. Nobody knew where I was at. I was a long ways away from where I was, I'll show you later.
Yeah.
Secret location from where
Nice.
I flew my drone, but it won't be on camera. Sorry, guys. I don't even want to show you guys as badly as I do, but got a lot of footage, guys, and I'll have to break it down into parts and release it. But it's basically a really cool tool to basically see what's going on. Now, today was a different exception because the way that they put up the fencing, we could easily access it.
Right. Yeah.
But were you over at Wesley?
Yeah.
Did you join us over at Wesley?
Yeah, but I was there the day before, and the fences weren't all up yet.
Okay. You remember Navajo right there, right? Runs this way?
Yeah.
All right. Nobody could get to see what was going on there.
That's
so it's going to be
crazy.
important
Right.
to have like a drone like mine or other people's.
Right.
that fly over just to keep these guys in line and in check.
I
Because
know.
they do a lot of nefarious things. I mean, you saw what Ralph did to me out in open.
I know.
Right in front of cops, and he got away with
And
it.
the cop just, that really,
It pisses me off because I know I didn't run into the guy.
I
I was
know.
fully stopped, and I was asking him questions.
Right.
And he bumped right into me.
I know.
On purpose.
I
And I
know.
got it on camera, and I'm going to cut it out and show you all. Now, was I fairly close to him? Yes, I was. But you know what? You're a government official, and I'm in your face.
Right, right.
You better expect it when you're out here.
I know.
I mean, there's no exceptions to the rule. Whether you're a trash man like Ralph, or you're a cop. You can't just do that. He called me the bully. Thank you, Shirley. I really appreciate it. Go along, get along. Welcome in chat. Yeah, Shirley, it's fairly mundane. There's no audio to it. I don't want you guys to expect me catching nefarious audio comments by these cops or anything like that. But what you will see is a bunch of people just standing around for long periods of time.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. We're up to 50. Thank you guys so much for getting me up to 50.
Yay.
Good day, Farlap. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Real quick synopsis on what happened on this. We're at a sweep, and it's a big encompassing sweep all the way from South Platte River. If you guys want to look it up on a map, it's in Denver, from the South Platte River all the way up to, I would say, past La Panne, but we'll use La Panne as a marker.
Yeah.
And this street is Louisiana, so
Yeah.
it's basically going all the way from Florida to Mississippi.
Yeah.
So it's a big radius that they decided to sweep today. So those ones cost more money. So I'm estimating the city spent about $50,000 to $60,000 to basically harass and harangue these people and steal their homes. A lot of the homes were stolen yesterday. Which, if you
Yeah,
guys
they
were on my
were.
live stream yesterday, I got there a little late, but they'd already taken 2 or 3 campers, and they were going to tow 2 more until I think Regan showed up, and then I showed up.
Yeah.
So they did not take those ones until today. I think one got taken out by somebody else, thankfully, and
Yeah.
another person's home got stolen. So
It's so sad.
one thing and after another out here. It's despair. It sucks. I hate it. I had a long. I wish it was a productive. I can't even say it was productive. With one of these. I don't even know what would you call him, Aurora. He's not a mental health advocate.
No.
He's a resources guy apparently, or something of that
He's
nature.
just 411.
Yeah, basically information.
He's Google for homeless.
And when I tried to point out to him that every single one of the numbers on the sheet that they hand out, he knows damn well what I was talking about.
I
with
know.
The sheet.
Oh yeah.
He was just trying to obfuscate and dance around a lot of the questions that I had for him. And we actually, according to him, we agree on a lot of the things. We just agreed to disagree on calling these sweeps as opposed to what he calls cleanings.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what Hitler did to some races. He tried to clean.
Right.
Genocide is genocide. I don't care what you call
Well,
it.
see, I was getting to that. I was going to get to that, but I didn't have time to go
Yeah.
through
Well,
it.
he wouldn't let you.
He wasn't willing to engage in any of that. He's like, he thinks he's righteous. He thinks the cops out here are righteous. And I'm here to tell him, if there's anything that you guys have learned from my channel and other 1A auditors and other people that do this type of thing, advocates like Regan, I don't consider myself just a 1A auditor, by the way. You cannot put a label on my channel at all.
Right.
So to call me a 1A auditor is almost an insult. But I see where people are coming from in that respect. But I am an advocate. I am an outreach guy. I do a lot of outreach. But man, the amount of outreach I do, man.
Yeah. Your speech inspired me yesterday.
Oh, really? Let's talk about this. What
really
my
did.
mental health speech?
Yeah, that you'd say every time. Well, I saw yesterday online. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. Regan yesterday was so upset. I texted her in the middle, and I had to give her, raise
of
her up.
encouragement.
Yeah, right, because I could see she did that somebody who cared. That what you say, you might be somebody's favorite, and I wanted to be her favorite at that moment. You really inspired me to reach out to a friend who was really hurting, because she had me crying.
Yeah,
I was crying on the couch yesterday.
Yeah, it's
And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I had to give her a text and say, someone's here, I care.
Right. It's really hard, Aurora. Like, it's hard for me because a lot of times we're out on an island, right? Like, when I go out, most of the times I'm by myself, right? Like, I'm not always at these sweeps. If I'm not at these sweeps, I'm doing homeless outreach or videos or whatever the hell I'm doing. I'm always busy, but every time I do a Colfax run, people, let me put on my glasses and talk to you guys. Whenever I do the Colfax runs, it takes a toll on me, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to constantly come out here. People think what I do is easy, just drive in a car, and that's all I do, right? I just drive in a car. I've heard that criticism over and over. And on the surface, sometimes it looks that way, right? Like Aurora and I were out the other day, we caught a dumpster fire, nothing more, right?
Right.
There was no cop interactions other than at that dumpster fire. It wasn't the most exciting thing in the world, but it was interesting, right? Matters of public interest, right? We talk about that all the time.
Right.
Matters of public interest. That's another thing I do. I'm a journalist. I'm out there. I'm a citizen journalist, and I truly take that to heart when I'm doing these quote-unquote audits or whatever. I'm reporting to you guys, right? I'm reporting everything that I see as best as I can give you to give you the information that you need, right? So every time I do a Colfax run, it takes a toll on me, and people can say, well, how does it take a toll on you? Every single time that I go from Lakewood to Aurora or Aurora to Lakewood, right, I hit all three cities, I see the despair.
Yeah.
I see what's going on out there. I see the people in distress, and I don't tell you guys because I don't want to burden you guys with the same burden that I take, right? MLH, just like nurses and people who care for the elderly, it's scientifically proven they have shorter lives. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you know, I hope I have a long life. I hope I can do this for at least another 10 years. I told who was it, KDOT, who I think is in chat. You guys should check out his channel too. I told KDOT in confidence, right? We were talking, and I said, you know, KDOT, I think I got another 10, 15 years of doing this, and I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do it after that, you know, but as long as I'm able to do it and able to drive, able to mentally be okay with things, I'm gonna be out there exposing anything that I can expose from these assholes, right? And it does take a toll on you. So Aurora, I want to thank you, because that's awesome to tell somebody that, you know. I mean, it's one thing for me to say it, it's another thing for you're not the first person to tell me that I've inspired them, you know, to do, you know, things like that, like tell somebody, hey, you know, somebody's there, you know, you're
Right.
you know, you're not alone. And it's important, you know, guys, even just saying an encouraging word to somebody could make a big difference. With that being said, I might as well do my mental health speech, right?
Please.
I very rarely do it in camera, so this is kind of one off here. If you guys, right, talking to you right there, if you guys are struggling with your own mental health, make sure you reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but I do listen, and sometimes that's all it takes. But if you can't wait for my response, if I'm taking too long to get back with you in email form, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite could save your life, all right? There's a 1-800 number if you're struggling and you need to talk to somebody, if you're thinking of taking your own life or hurting others or yourself, make sure you call 1-800-273-8255. There's people there available 24/7 to be able to talk to you. There's also a mental health chat line. Look that up online, mental health chat, if you're not comfortable with talking to somebody one-on-one. Or there's also a text line if you're still, you know, not comfortable. You can text, call, chat, the whole works. It's all online. Just look it up. But again, that number is 1-800-273-8255 if you're struggling. So I mean that. Call the number. It's not worth it. I've been there. Yeah. Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there where we've had moments of mental weakness. Aurora's been there.
Yes, Looney Bin's not fun at all. They don't give you coffee.
I have friends that have been committed to an insane asylum. You know, I mean, so
Yeah, it's
that doesn't mean they're crazy. It doesn't. It just means that they had a moment of lapse
you
and
need help.
needed intervention.
little
And sometimes we can facilitate that by calling. So with that, I think I'm going to end it, guys. I don't have anything else. The sweep is pretty much done. Everybody's RV's moved. I made my point to the guy. Hope you guys. Yeah, in order to clean, you need to sweep. Yeah, exactly. Shane. I mean, it's not worth going over it over and over with these guys, you know, because it's circular reasoning, right? You talk in circles, and that's what was going on here. I just think that it was important for you guys to see that on camera and understand what we're up against here, right? In their view, not necessarily this guy, but I know for a fact the cops see us as adversaries. And they definitely are our adversaries because